legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score up to $2,000 off the brand new Kawasaki Ridge. Built for work or play, the Kawasaki Ridge takes off-road comfort to a whole new level. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of August. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Ready to upgrade your combine or header before harvest? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help you find the right equipment to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.75% financing for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest-free waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of August when you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
A new school year is here with summer coming to an end, and it's time to get into proper shoes. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this August with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoe with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. Don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start the fall season off right with the August athletic shoe sale at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Welcome into the LIBA Business Hour, sponsored by Nats to Tasseling, highlighting local independent businesses in and around Lincoln on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, LIBA Executive Director Travis Filing and Gary Tharnish.
All right, you're listening to LIBA Business Hour. It's a absolutely gorgeous Saturday morning. Here, as always, with Gary Tharnish. How you doing, Gary?
I am doing good. Just loving it out here at Antelope Park. It's beautiful this morning. Lots of traffic, a lot of people, energy. There are some great events going on at the park today.
Yeah, it's like the perfect day to do it. So we're doing a remote broadcast from the Lincoln Literacy event, which starts here at 10 o'clock. Everybody's getting set up. I haven't done a remote broadcast in probably 22 years, back when I worked at The Point, which is a radio station that's long gone by now. So, but yeah,
I've done several of them in the past, 10 years. I always paid for them though, but
yeah,
and was on that end of doing
yes.
the advertising. But I love the nonprofit today, the Linked2Literacy. It's really awesome. Get on out here to the park. It is a beautiful day. This event starts at 10 a.m., but you're welcome now. We're located at the northeast corner of the park. So if you think about where the restrooms are and the kids' big playground, we're just to the east of that playground, right near the memorial also that's behind us at the shelter that they have here.
Yeah, basically 33rd and Normal. We're just kind of right across that little bridge there, right off of Normal. So it's amazing. I'm sitting here looking at all the equipment that it's you could almost fit this in your pocket. The last time I did this, we had a van full of equipment, and we got the microphone that's attached to the headset. And I walked up, and DP's here, and he's got it on. He looks like he's working the 50-yard line up in the booth. Looks like a pro. He's just calling the game, and I think you and I look like we're working the drive-through.
Could be. Yeah, come on down. Order number 3. That's my favorite. That's where you bring a book and get a book. So it's a really good thing. I love that the promotion today is literacy. I think it's so important, in business, and having been in business for years, reading is just the start of your journey when you're a young child. And I think the importance of reading to your children is so important. If you're a parent, there's a lot of kids' books down here, which I think is awesome. We were talking earlier about retention of college students here in Nebraska, and the lack of the brain drain. And so let's get the kids into college first off, and reading is the best way to start.
Absolutely. And then we need to start figuring out a way to keep these kids here, because there's so many people that are leaving the state once they get their degree. And there's lots of reasons why they do. But one of the biggest ones we were talking this morning earlier was real estate and the cost of housing, and what's happening in Lincoln versus other big cities. And these young people are they're leaving for better opportunities. And that's really unfortunate for this state, because we're at a point where we are actually slowly, it's not very many, but we're losing more people than we're gaining.
Yeah, and I think it's a multitude of factors. Real estate, cost of home ownership and renting, it's always a part of any city and an important thing to keep track of. We have a high property tax state. Legislature was just trying to work on that. It looks like we'll probably get a 20% decrease. So it's a start. But communities need taxes to survive. So that's important too. It's just the spending of it wisely, so on and so forth. I read the article you sent me. I believe was it from Talent Plus, a bunch of research that they did?
It was an organization. It was a whole pile of letters. I don't remember which letters.
Well, one thing that stuck out to me in that is that our college students, whether they come from out of state or they are in state, one thing that stuck out with me in that and all of that research was that if they have internships, really strong internships here in Nebraska, it tends to keep them in Nebraska. So if you have college students, encourage them to do an internship or to work in Lincoln in the community here, or whichever, university or college you're at in the state, become part of the community. I think community involvement is so important in every aspect of our life, but especially college students. If they feel a tie and a reason that they want to stay there, makes a big difference.
It really does. We, at our ad agency, we had at one point prior to COVID, we had a great relationship with the university, with their marketing program, and we had 3 or 4 interns at a time. In fact, we had we called it the pit, where we put all these students, and we taught them marketing. We actually had them working on projects, with direct supervision, but it was something where they could come in, work at an actual ad agency, apply what they've learn from being, on the front line. And a lot of those kids, a couple of them have moved on to start their own businesses, and a lot of them are still here in the state. And it's something that when COVID hit, COVID made a mess out of everything. And shame on me. We kind of discontinued the program just because it took 2 years until kids were really back and getting to it. And I don't know if the university still requires the internships. And that might be worth a phone call just to see if they do, because they weren't required to do that, even though if they don't, it doesn't matter. Give them a paid internship. We paid ours, and they did incredible work for us.
Yeah, I also thought the research was interesting that if you were from Nebraska, you'd grown up in Nebraska, you're more likely to stay, which makes complete sense, right? You have family ties, which is going to be a lot of it, or you grew up and in high school, you met business people that were like, oh, you're going to be an engineer, check back with me after you get your degree, so on and so forth. So, but a lot of the out-of-state students that come here end up leaving. And I'm not sure, what will essentially help that, but Lincoln is known for startups. And I think that's a big thing right now. There's a lot of startups in Lincoln. If you can get involved and have that internship, like we said, it can just make a great big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the some of these startups that are happening, some of them are pretty big. There's some big companies that are moving to town too, even though they're relatively new. Like, Monolith, we were talking about them the other day. Huge company, but pretty new, really.
New to Nebraska, and we're glad they chose their global headquarters here. That's one company. Look back at Huddle. When Huddle first started, my nephew graduated from the University of Nebraska in the Rakes program, and so of course he could have gone anywhere. I mean, you graduate from that program, you've written your chance to go wherever. But he started at Huddle, not necessarily in an infancy, but it was fairly new when he started, and has been there since. And it locks him into Lincoln, which is a really great thing. I think that's an important thing too.
Yeah, I think one of the big problems, though, going back to the housing thing, is we just need to start working on something for affordable housing. It is not there. We are not building like we should be building. When the average home is almost $300,000 here, and you start looking at Kansas City, Des Moines, St. Louis, I think St. Louis, the average home is like $170,000, and then their taxes are a third of what ours are. And at 8%, that's over $1,000 a month. So when you think, I know kids coming right out of college, they're not looking for houses, but they are looking for affordable rent. And it's one and the same. When the taxes are high and the cost is high and the inventory is low, it's supply and demand.
Yeah, and I know the city had their goal of 5,000 units for affordable housing, which of course is almost all, or great majority of it, is in apartments. And apartments are fine, when you're first starting out and everything, but people want to get into homes. What I find, I'm a real estate agent, so I can speak to this very specifically, but I get a lot of first-time home buyers that it's difficult and it's frustrating when they find out how much they have to put down, and they have to pay that first year's property tax and all the different things that are involved. A couple of things that come to mind quickly is one, a lack of education. A lot of people and younger in general feel like I'm never going to have 20% to put down. Well, you don't need 20% to put down to get into a home. You can get into a home at 3%. There's programs, NeighborWorks, NIFA, a lot of different things that are, available to the community. We just probably need to do a better job marketing that and advertising that so that people realize that. But, when you're young in your 20s, an apartment's great. You have a couple kids, there's not usually a playground in an apartment complex, right? Maybe a swimming pool, but, people want to have a yard, or they have dogs and they want places for the dogs to run. So it's just a combination of so many things that have to come together. But the beauty of living in Lincoln is it's a great community.
Yeah. And one thing that I always confused me is the state of Nebraska, we have this tourism budget, right? Where we're going out to other states and we're advertising and trying to get people to come here for vacation.
Sure.
Is this a good idea? I don't think it is. We need to start advertising to people going, you know what? This is a better quality of life here. We have airports. You can go on vacation from here, come here for the quality of life, and then fly to the beach or the mountains or wherever you want to go.
Yeah,
it just seems like a better use of our tax dollars, just to try and help grow our communities and bring good people in from other states. Because several years ago, I was talking with the sheriff when they were really short, and they still are short of officers. And you see a lot of these big cities where police are struggling. They're not really well accepted into the community. And I told him, I said, why aren't we running ads to these police officers going, move here? The pay is about the same, but the quality of life is so much better.
Sure.
And we're just not doing it.
Yeah, and that's a big topic, policing. I think police getting into the community and becoming active in what's going on in the community is also a very important thing, just not out driving around all the time. I get they got to do their job. But there's just a lot. Like I said, it's so encompassing of so many things, Tourism's great, if you can get people to come to the state for tourism, it's extra money. But I think more so, let's have more conferences here. Let's really get I think the convention center is a huge plus for the city. You bring people in. We already know football is a huge magnet that brings a lot of money into the state. People spend their money in Lincoln. They spend their money in the hotels, restaurants, bars. It just makes a huge difference. Let's just build that bigger. Let's have other conferences and be the state where, hey, we're going to give you a 5-year contract. You bring your conference here every year for 5 years. We'll give a little cut rate on the conference center or whatever. So I think it's just a combination of so many things. But housing, I'll tell you, I've had a lot of clients that come in from out of state, and they're shocked. Actually, they'll say they're shocked at how inexpensive housing is here.
Yeah.
Right. So like my son has $1 million home in the East Bay in California, and if you bought that same home here, it'd probably be $350.
Yeah.
So
If
you know,
that.
right. So they'll come and they're like, this is great, you know, and then they look at the property tax and go, whoa, brother, what's that all about? That's a lot of money. And you know, so there's different issues. It just depends. I usually try to sell my clients on Lincoln and what it has to offer. You know, I've lived here my entire life, so I've seen the city grow. Had a business here for 36 years, so I know how important it is to be part of the community when you are a business. So there's just a lot of things that could be advertised and help, but again, it's all encompassing. And housing, you know, we talk about affordable housing all the time, and really I feel we need to change that discussion to the affordability of housing.
Yes.
You know, because you can have an inexpensive house, but if milk and taxes and permits and all the other things that are involved in your daily monthly expenses are so high, that's when you get more of a problem, more of a challenge. So I'd love to see the combination of those two talked about a little bit more.
Yeah, I think the term affordable housing has been watered down so much because we're including, you know, affordable rent and the government helping with rent. And I get it. That is part of the equation, but we need to start changing it up a little bit and go affordability of housing. I like that. We just need to start building, even though, you know, you have these. I was talking to Sandra Washington yesterday, and city councilwoman.
Oh yeah,
and,
well, she judged me in a lip sync contest Thursday night.
Yeah, I forgot.
For Bridges to Hope, you know, that helps people coming out of that were incarcerated or coming back into the community. It helps them, you know, get back into the community. But yes, so I know her.
Yeah, and actually, that's what we were talking. That's how we started the conversation. But she was talking about building, I think it was 19 tiny homes over there by the North silos that just got sold in that area there. And it's like, okay, this is very interesting. I think it's a great cause that we're building these tiny homes. But why can't we do that in a lot of places? Because we don't seem to have this it feels like people don't have this deep need or want or desire to start building these smaller communities, small house communities, to make things affordable to keep good quality people.
Well, there's a lot involved in that, right? So if you're a builder, you need to feed your family, pay your expenses, so on and so forth. So when you look at the cost of a development, and just on the onset, developing is so expensive. There's so much involved with that you know, a lot of times you'll see, hey, we can make a living of selling $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 homes. If we start building smaller ones, it's challenging. There are companies that do build a lot of homes in the 300, 350. Well, I would say anymore, it's really around 350 to get started. But these smaller homes are a great idea. You know, I find I'm seasoning, not getting old, but as I season, right? We just season, we don't get old. My daughter, of course, said I'm more into the marinating stage, but so she's out of the will. But as we season, I'm finding myself in a stage of life where it's like, man, I want to get rid of that, you know, the big stuff. And I just need, you know, a living room, a kitchen, a couple bedrooms, and a place for my drum set, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, so the idea of smaller homes is great. In Scotland, we stayed in a tiny cabin, and we were there for 5 days, and it was awesome. It was like, really, this is really all we need. I hate to clean, and it would be so easy to clean.
Oh yeah.
But there's a big desire for it. So I love seeing the movie or the city moving forward in that direction.
And you know, for people like us, though, the tough part is I've got a home. Mine's about 3,300 square feet. Right now,
Sure.
I am an empty nester. My son is just getting ready to move out. My daughter is gone, and I'm looking at this house, going, I don't need all this space. But if I were to leave, it would be a lateral or even more expensive move to downsize.
Right.
So you kind of look at it and go, okay, well, I might save a couple of bucks in taxes. Probably not. I might save a couple of bucks in heating and cooling. Probably not. But I just, that again, because we're not building these smaller homes, because again, you build a home, the price of the land is the price of the land.
Right.
So you build a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedroom. The cost doesn't go up that much between a 1 bedroom and a 3 bedroom, because you're only adding a little bit more concrete. You're only adding a little bit more, lumber and electrical and whatnot. So then at the end, the value is exponentially higher.
Right. Well, the thing about home ownership is that when I see people get their first set of keys to their home. And if I could verbalize that look and that feeling that you see them have, it's amazing. And it's just kind of like, okay, I've made it. I now have my home. I own this piece of property and this home. There's so much value in that. You're not renting from somebody, you now own it. Size doesn't matter. I mean, if you can start with the tiny home, positive. If you can start with the tiny home, you can build from there. Real estate is one of the greatest ways to make money over time,
wealth,
right?
Yeah,
you build wealth
absolutely.
with real estate big time. Doesn't matter if you want to start with a tiny home, have a couple kids, you need a bigger place, you can move up. Equity in Lincoln has been amazing over the past 50 years. There were only 3 times, I believe, where it was down in 50 years. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And it's very amazing. So Lincoln is a great place to buy. We have an inventory problem getting people into homes. That's a big thing. So I love the idea of tiny home village. I love the idea of more of your townhome villages too. I was just in Logan, Utah last week, and beautiful. Our friend happened to live in a community of these townhomes where there's 4 attached, and it really did a cool job of making them look different. It's not like they all look exactly the same. But they were sold out before they even finished 2 or 3 of the 400 units that they were starting. So that's a popular thing as well.
Yeah. Well, we're up against a break, so we are going to take it to a break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about real estate. I think as soon as we see Kat walking around here, we'll have her come over and talk to us a bit about this Lincoln Literacy event that's going on today. So you are listening to 93.7 The Ticket, and we will be back in just a minute.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Linked to Literacy is gearing up for our 2nd annual Wordstock event at Antelope Park on Saturday, August 24th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is a community-wide book swap with a festival feel located near the playground with a free bookstore in the enclosed shelter. It's fun for the entire family and for all ages. You'll enjoy food trucks, live music, kids' activities, a reading corner with celebrity authors and narrators, and of course, free books for all kids and adults. Go to linkedtoliteracy.org to get the full story and then make plans to attend Wordstock.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Serve Nebraska is inviting you to help thank volunteers for their service to our communities. The Step Forward Awards are Nebraska's highest awards for volunteer service, and you can show your appreciation for their hard work by attending the awards luncheon coming up on October 4th in Omaha. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. Made possible by sponsors like Omaha Public Power District. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you ready to join a family-owned local company that values innovation, integrity, and excellence? Look no further than Lincoln Industries. They're hiring for first and third shift production roles, as well as multiple engineering and sales positions. Whether you're an engineer ready to design groundbreaking solutions or a sales professional eager to connect with clients, they've got a place for you. Come join their family. Visit www.lincolnindustries.com for more information.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment sponsored by Ascend Aesthetics.
And we're back on the LIBA Business Hour. Gary is sitting here pointing out the houses that he sold right here, just within sight, right on Normal Boulevard. So, what are we seeing as far as inventory goes? Because I know for the longest time it was really, really tight.
Well, a city this size should have about 2,000 to 2,300 homes on the market all the time.
Okay, like in the city limits?
In the city limits.
Okay.
Every day there should be about that many if you're going to have an even market, right? So it's not really a buyer's market or a seller's market. We're seeing around 700, 750, 690, somewhere in there, which is much better than it was in 2021, 22, early 23, where it was just 200, 190, 240.
Yeah.
So it is getting a little bit better, but the thing is, it's going to be my prediction, and it's just my prediction, but at least a decade before we'll even get close to getting caught up, because we're not building enough homes.
Right.
Sadly, in 24, we're down 40% over last year in the number of new homes that are being built.
Wow.
Huge challenge, right? So you had in 2008 the big bubble, right? That and burst. And is that going to happen again? No, we don't see that happening. Why? Because the laws were changed after that with Dodd-Frank, right? Where we started to say, okay, look, you can't loan 125% of the value of the home to somebody who only has 5 days left on a respirator. I mean, you could get a loan. It's maybe a bad analogy, but I mean, honestly, anybody could get a loan. So now that's all tightened up. But the challenge was when that all happened, a lot of builders went out of business, right? All of a sudden we had all of these homes being built and boom, huge crash in the market. People were going buying houses that should be $350,000 for 150 from the bank or whatever, just because it was a crisis. The problem is in the next decade, those builders didn't come back. So from 1950 through 2010, every decade, we had the equivalent of about 25 million homes built in the United States. Now you're taking into population considerations and stuff, but that was about the basics of it, right? So there were 6 million built from 2010 to 2020. So boom, huge problem, right?
Right.
So then we're going to get back and get going. The 2020s are going to be better. And what happens? COVID. So the real challenge is more homes to be built.
So we're overbuilt, and now it's stopped.
Yeah, I don't know that Lincoln was ever overbuilt, but it was healthy.
Right.
We had a healthy number of homes on the market. It's going to be a while before that ever happens. So, but however, that said, now is a great time to buy a home.
Yeah.
6 months from now would be a great time to buy a home. Anytime's a great time to buy a home, almost regardless of interest rates, because equity is so important and will always continue to happen. Well, will continue to happen for the foreseeable future in Lincoln simply because of the lack of inventory.
Yeah, and it's funny because a friend of mine, Jeff Lems, he owns Carpet Land. We were talking to him. This was probably, 2009, 2010. Had an opportunity to buy a commercial building for our ad agency.
Sure.
And we were nervous. I mean,
yeah.
it was like owning property just seemed so, it just seemed overwhelming. And he kind of talked us through it and helped us understand. And the advice that I would give anybody out there is refinancing is okay if you're saving money. Do not pull that equity out of your home.
Right.
Because that's the biggest thing where you see people losing their homes and losing wealth is by just taking that money out and buying a car and going on vacation. And it's an absolute disaster to do that. It doesn't help you at all.
Yeah, and we see that a lot, and that is very true. It's important, it's just important to get into a home, and people need to realize, like I mentioned earlier, you don't need 20% down on a home to get into a home if you're a first-time home buyer. There's a lot of opportunities out there. There's government programs that are great to get into a home. Just get into a home.
Yeah.
Now we've got to find you one.
Right, that's the challenge.
That becomes a truth, but it's getting better as far as the amount of houses on the market every day.
Yeah, and some of it too is, like you said, these government programs. I know USDA has a program for first-time home buyers. They actually stretch it out 33 years, and I don't think you have to have any money down to get into a home.
Yeah, there's some VAs.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good programs
great
out there.
Opportunities out there, and this is someone who I own rental properties, and I'm telling people, buy a home and don't sell it. Don't take equity out. Don't sell it. As you're in the home, if you can start socking a little bit of money away, if it's a little 2-bedroom or something like that, save some of your money, just set it aside so that you can because when you get a second home, you're turning it into, now you got to have a down payment. Now your loan isn't going to stretch out 30 years. It's probably more like 20 years. And
Right.
You're going to need that 20% down. But you can do it. I mean, you can live in a home for 10 years, put away more money than you think you possibly can. And then once you get into a second home, turn that first one into a rental. Take care of it. Do a good job. Turn it into a rental. Now you're building wealth for generations.
Right. There's been talk about the government saying, let's get 40 and 50-year loans out there for homes and make homes more affordable. For me, in my opinion, that is not the answer at all. That does not make it better. I had a great educated client, love those. And the guy says, look, we're qualified for 450. He goes, I want to buy maybe around 375, 400 if I can find some, that fits my needs.
Right.
And he goes, my goal is to make at least one extra payment a year. And he goes, do you know if you do that on a 30-year loan, you cut off 7 years of your loan payment? I go, yeah, exactly. And if you do 1.5 every year, you're going to cut out 12. I mean, it's just amazing that that's the kind of thought you want to have when you get into a home, you know. But another, the opposite side of that is my Canadian client moving here that went, wow, you know what? Like, honestly, tax wise, you know, our accountant's going, look, if you get a house, you can write off your property tax. So get a bigger house. You know, you got a great rate. You need write-offs. That's a great write-off. He goes, I don't want to buy a 5-bedroom house. You know, I'm a single guy.
Yeah.
He could afford it. I mean, he's qualified to be able to get one, but he's just like, for a tax write-off, are you kidding? So there's just again, it's the combination of so many things that could make housing more, the affordability of housing better. Right. That's how I really like to word it. You know, affordable housing. Well, yeah, that by budget to budget, that makes a big difference. What might be affordable for you is not affordable for me or the next person on down the line. So it's a big combination of factors.
Yeah. And one thing that you said, I mean, even if you make a $10 extra a month payment, you're going to cut months. One thing people don't understand is if you look at and there's calculators online when you're figuring out what a 30-year mortgage is or what your payment is, your interest is front loaded. So the bulk of your money, like your first payment, is probably about 98% interest.
It's shocking,
right? So if you're spending $10 extra a month, that $10 is coming right off the value or what you owe
on your principal,
as opposed to the
it's huge. I always like at the closing table when they get the amortization table stuck in front of him. You know, a lot of time they've been signing so many things they don't even want to look at.
Right.
But that guy one day looks at it and he goes, "Are you kidding me? Like on my first payment, I'm basically paying interest." I'm like, yeah, dude, you're basically paying interest. The bank's going to protect themselves all the time.
Absolutely.
I mean, I get it, but it's like, yeah, that's what it is. So you're exactly right.
Yeah, they're taking the risk. You know, and they're going to try and get the reward out because if they end up having to foreclose on the house in 3 years, they've got to make as much money as absolutely possible. And that's just the way our system is. Like it, lump it, whatever. That's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, on the other end of that, there's a mortgage company here in town that now offers an all-in-one loan. So basically what that is, it's kind of how they do it in Europe. So in Europe, basically you pay your house off in 7 to 10 years. Like 30-year loan, they look at you like, what? 30-year loan? And it's too complicated to get in on the radio. Right. You would have to really meet with them. I'm still trying to educate myself on, but essentially what you're doing is you're banking with your mortgage company. So they're sweeping over your extra cash every day, and it's reducing the interest that they're charging. That's just the really huge overview of it. It's so much more than that, so much more complicated than that. But and that's not really for a first-time home buyer. But if you're, you know, downsizing, you know, the kids are all out, empty nest or whatever, and you have some equity you can work with when you buy your new home, it's amazing. You could easily pay off a house in 7 years.
Yeah. See, I had a friend of mine, he was trying to explain to me, he had a line of credit.
Right.
And he goes, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to max out that line of credit, you know, not max it out, but I'm going to take a good chunk of that and I'm going to put it on my mortgage. It's going to cost me less. And he was explaining the whole thing to me. And I thought, yeah, there's only one problem with that. That's a variable rate. Right. You know, because you have to renew your line of credit every year, as opposed to now we're not in that situation now where 2019, we were, we were looking at 3% loans.
Right.
Lock that stuff in. Yeah. Right now you're looking at 8%. Yeah. Lock it in, but keep your eye out for that 7% loan.
Right.
So I don't know. It's an interesting idea. I would love to see some of the numbers on it, just to see if it would make sense or not.
If there's anything we know that will change, it is an interest rate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, listen, everybody, we didn't really mention it again in this segment, but we are out at Antelope Park today. We are in the very northeast corner of the park where the shelter is that you can rent. And the event going on here today in this part of the park is Linked2Literacy's. So you can bring a book, swap a book out. They've got tons of books here that you can have. And then lots of community organizations are out here. I'm looking at, you know, there's banks, Children's Museum, Food Bank of Lincoln, just a ton of different organizations that you can connect yourself with. So if you're at home today, kind of hanging out, get down here now. It starts at 10. And be here before it gets really warm. It would be my thought, but it's a good day to get out into Lincoln and see what Lincoln has to offer.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of good. I see First State Bank is out here. A lot of good LIBA members out here. So that's really encouraging.
And guess what else? Kona Ice just pulled up. So yeah, I might even head over there. It might be warm enough for that this early in the morning. As soon as they get set up, we'll have to go check that out. And speaking of LIBA, by the way, this is the LIBA Business Hour, and let's just mention that a little bit. For those of you who don't know what the acronym LIBA stands for, it stands for the Lincoln Independent Business Association. And I'll tell you, when I first joined was actually about at the onset of LIBA. It was 1987. I'm not sure what the actual date was that they started, but fairly close to that.
It's 1980. So
yeah,
you were...
And so I've been a member, pretty much definitely my entire business life when I had the flower shop and now as a realtor. But, entrepreneurship in business is a heartbeat of any community, right? So all these organizations out here, they're great. That's wonderful. Nonprofits are wonderful. It's all really, really good. But without a thriving business community, there is no city, right? Because business has to happen in order for taxes to get paid and people live. So if you are an entrepreneur and you have that spirit and you are out there with your business right now, you're listening to us, or you're listening to our podcast down the road, we're home for you. It's a group of members, business owners that get together, or people in business. We meet, we have great events, Biznets, coffee, we have a monthly LIBA luncheon that we have, a lot of different events. And the thing is, you're not out there in the ocean all by yourself.
Right.
Come
That's
join
the
LIBA.
big thing. We're a group of people. We have all been through so many trials and tribulations in owning a business.
Right.
And even the most successful business person out there that you can think of, trust me, has had it rough at some point and has gone through it. And we are helping each other get through those, because we've talked about this before. You remember hiring your first employee. You remember firing your first employee. All this knowledge that we've all kind of learned on our own. LIBA is one of those places where you can connect with other business owners and get advice.
Exactly.
It's just connecting, going, how do I handle this situation? Again, all the tax codes are changing. Like right now, you have the prepay certain years of your Nebraska state taxes, and trying to understand that. It's pretty complex. And when you're really young in business, you probably don't have an accountant. I know we didn't when we were brand new.
Exactly.
But we have accountants. You can sit down and talk to accountants.
Great.
The other thing that I want to say about our group is you don't have to be a business owner, even if you just want to connect with people in the business community.
Exactly.
And you're working for some other organization. That's great.
Yeah.
We have several groups too, like our GenLink. I'm really excited about what we're doing with GenLink. That's our under 40 group.
Yes.
And these are young people. A lot of them are working for other companies. They're working at banks. They're working at, they're working at Sandhills.
Sure.
They're working at Monolith. But these are young entrepreneurial type people who want to connect. They want to talk to other people who are on their level, and we're doing some really cool things there. So, and it's very inexpensive.
Yeah, I love the GenLink program. The more seasoned I become, the more I realize that legacy is really important, right? And when I think about business and business legacy and membership organizations in general, a membership is only as strong as its active members, right? Which, generally speaking, nationally, I believe in associations and membership groups like this that I've read, it's about 20% of the group of members that do the work. I am so proud of the GenLink under 40s and their involvement, and they're way higher than just 20% involvement. So it's a great, the future looks quite bright to me in that area, which is great. So there's something for everybody in LIBA, which is a really, really good thing. You can email Lori, Laurie, at LIBA.org. She can give you information about LIBA if you would like. It's a great asset and great for our community as well.
Yeah, or you can just call the office.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever picks up the phone is
That's
going
right.
to talk to you and help you out and
Yep.
help you move forward. So,
Yep.
We'd love to have you as a member. And we are coming up on another break. I see Ben's back at the ticket headquarters, and he's texting me. So we have we're coming up. We got one more break, and then we'll be back. We'll see if we can track somebody down to talk to us about the events that are going on today. So you're listening to the LIBA Business Hour, and we will be right back.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Still using that old, outdated office phone system? You need better. At Hamilton, we offer solutions for the modern office. Whether you have an office full of staff or your employees work remotely and are on the go, seamless call handling is important. Elevate your communication and connect seamlessly with clients and staff with Hamilton Business Phone Systems. Choose better and hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Attention! For a limited time, Acres is offering 1.9% for 60 months on remaining 22 and 23 John Deere combines. This extraordinary low interest rate, along with Acres' discounted pricing, allows you to upgrade your equipment before harvest and lock in incredible savings. And with Acres' A-plus support package included, you'll be up and running throughout the harvest season. Act now. This special rate won't last long. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G35609. 93 must trade.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. 8934 HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services.
And you're back for the final segment of the LIBA Business Hour. One thing I wanted to talk about is next week on Thursday, we got the Reagan movie coming up. The premiere is on the 29th. Doesn't open to the public till the 30th. This looks like a really good movie. I'm so excited about it. And you don't have to be a LIBA member. We still have a handful of tickets left. If you want to join us, tickets are $25, and that includes soda, that includes popcorn. It's at 6:30 is when the curtain goes up. They don't do curtains anymore.
No, you can say that though. We get it. We get it. Yeah, we're seasoned.
We're used
maybe
to yelling.
I might be marinating at this point in life, but anyway. But you know what? Whether you like Reagan or not, man, that guy could communicate, and he did a lot for the country, and he's just got a great story. You know, he's a Democrat, and he was a Republican. I mean, and then he was president.
Yeah,
but he did a lot of other stuff too, which is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday night, we want to thank Brim Enterprises and Hampton Enterprises and Whitehead Oil. They're all sponsoring it.
Awesome.
So they helped us make it happen, and we appreciate that.
Yep.
And,
go to liba.org to get your tickets, or Facebook,
and
reserve your tickets. Well, we have a special treat for you right now. We're out here at Antelope Park. We are in the northeast part of the park by the bathrooms and by kids' playground, and I found the funnest kid here. Oh my gosh, she's great. Her name's Tiff, and she's involved with Linked to Literacy. And Tiff, tell us what's going on out here.
This is our second annual Wordstock, which is a community book swap where people can come in and they can just indulge in the gift of reading. We have free books, young and old, near and far. You come in, we provide a bag. We have local food vendors. We have different businesses and nonprofits that are here too, so you can learn about their organizations. It's just a good chance to interact with everyone.
And you know, something I loved when I went in, I think it was with another one of your associates, but there's tables inside the shelter here, and it's, you know, based by ages and stuff. Like, here's adult books, here's fiction, you know, so on and so forth. And there's even a picture book section, which I was super excited about for my lazy days. But there's something for everybody.
That's it. A big part of Linked to Literacy is meeting people where they're at. We want you to be able to see yourself within a book, have a different view of the world, you know, and just really ignite the joy of reading. And book ownership is so important because you feel empowered.
Yeah, exactly. Well, with a book, you can travel.
That's it.
Right? You can do so many things with a book as you're reading, and it is so important. Now, during all year long, right? So maybe I want to trade in books or look for some books. Can people come to you throughout the year at the Foundry, or how does that work?
You can come to the Foundry anytime. We're always there.
Okay.
Right? But when it comes to the gently used books,
Okay.
that's only for Wordstock. Otherwise, we provide brand new books to every event.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And this is called Wordstock.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, I
Wordstock.
do too.
Yeah.
Great.
Peace, love, and books.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. You guys, if you come down, you got to meet Tiffany. She's amazing. Tiff, we can call you Tiff,
either
right?
one,
She's
yes.
just awesome. You got to meet her. Are you a Link?
No, I'm a knight.
You're a Knight. Well,
I'm
that's
still
okay.
bleeding black and gold.
Southeast Knight. That's all right.
Hey,
I'm
but
a Link.
My mentor is a Link, so I'm there.
There you
every
go.
night. There
Lincoln
we go.
cheerleaders are here. And anyway, so we'll have a lot of school alumni represented, right? I love it.
And so how do people get involved? Can they bring books down here and donate, or are
They
you
can
looking-
they don't have to bring anything. They can literally just come. We'll
Okay.
have bags at the front door. You can grab a bag and grab as many books as you can carry.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yep. And there's a lot of community organizations out here.
about
I
20.
mean, about 20. Yeah. The Food Bank, Selected Wireless, Children's Museum. There's Kona Ice just pulled up. That's where I'm heading when we're done. It's already warm enough for me to get a Kona Ice.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Well, and it officially opens at 10. I mean, everybody's here now.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you have to be the most popular person here. Our picture has been taken 0 times until you sat down. Now we are all over the place. People are lining up.
I love people.
Yeah, you do. You're awesome. I was like looking around, like, who we talk to? And I'm like, man, that gal right there. Look at her. She's talking to every time. I'm like, hi, Tiff, how are you? She's amazing. Well, thanks for all the work you do for that. Literacy is so important.
It is.
And appreciate what you do.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
So
Now
come
go-
down here, say hi to Tiff, get your picture taken with her.
Yes,
That's the thing.
Because there may be a line for that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Thank
you so
you,
much.
guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good. So we've got a few minutes left. So we're talking about the Reagan movie. A couple other things that we have coming up at LIBA. We've got the golf tournament, which is the 30th.
Right.
And I think we have one foursome left out
Friday.
there. And that should be a lot of fun. But then on Monday, I'm kind of excited about this. On Monday, we have a community access meeting. And we're going to have a lot of legislators come down and talk to us.
There's like
because-
4 of them, right?
Yeah, there is.
I think we've seen.
Anna Wishart was one of them. Bo Ballard, Carolyn Bosin, and I'm missing somebody. Now, see,
That's not good. Now we got to figure it out.
Here we go.
But anyway, it's actually this Monday, so 2 days from
It
now,
is,
right?
yeah. And so it's going to be over at Whitehead Oil, and
that's
at
located about 26th and
25th. Yeah,
Random.
25th, 26th,
25th,
and Random,
yeah.
right there by Lincoln High.
Yeah.
And that is going to be free to anybody that wants to come in and listen to all these speakers talk. And it's going to be a really good Elliot Bostar. There we go.
There we go.
That
And-
was the guy I was missing. Sorry, Elliot.
And that's a luncheon, or during lunch, I mean.
It's during
Right,
lunchtime.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can bring some food if you want to
Sure.
eat. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting to hear what their take was on the special session. As you guys know, I'm a little disappointed in the turnout or the result of the special session. We didn't really get a good tax break. They kind of gave us the credit that most of us were, well, about half of us were taking advantage of. They front loaded that. But yeah, so bring your questions and
Yeah, it's easy to complain about things. I mean, that's so easy, right?
is.
It's so
That's
easy
my
to
home
complain.
run swing.
But I'll tell you, it's your home run swing. Love it. Hopefully, you're not playing ball too often. But here's your chance to get involved with the community a little bit. Come down. There's going to be 4 legislatures, 4 senators there. You can talk to them. Let them know what your feedback is, what you want to see. They need to hear from us in the community. Find out what is in this bill that just passed. What's in it for you? What wasn't in it for you? This is your chance also to have your voice heard.
Absolutely.
So we're not just going to hear from people, but you can also have the chance to talk to these senators. They want to hear from us, and they don't so often. And then the other thing I'm going to throw in real quick is if you're not registered to vote, please register and vote. We have an election coming up in November. It's an important election. Certainly not telling you how to vote. I'm telling you to vote.
Yeah.
Become part of the community. We need that. What are the statistics of who votes in a presidential election in Lancaster County? 27, 30%?
I think it's a little bit higher than that now.
35 or 40, but still needs to be 100.
Yeah,
Get out and vote. There are so many. A friend I visited last year grew up in communist Romania. You should listen to his story. He votes. He's
Yeah.
a citizen of the United States now, and I'll tell you what, he votes. So let's not let that erode over time. Get out and vote. Get registered.
It was so funny when Shannon and I first got together, and she never voted. And she would complain, and I'd say, not listening, you didn't vote. And I think people should take that attitude. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's a sweetheart. Be nice to her. She worked for me, and she was one of my best employees ever.
Well, I hear the music playing. That means we are out of time. So thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to get on and check out the Reagan movie. We'll see you down there, and we'll talk to you next week.
Take care, guys.
The Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's can help take the labor out of your Labor Day.